Now let's talk about this Louisiana pastor. Um, he was a survivor contestant, allegedly taped students' mouths shut for talking too much. So, a Louisiana pastor out of Lafayette, Louisiana, and headmaster of a Christian school who is also a member of the state's Republican Party governing board and a former survivor contestant has been charged with 3 counts of child cruelty for allegedly taping students' mouths shut for talking too much. Now, the Reverend John Raymond, he's 60 years of age, was booked into the Slidell City Jail Thursday after he turned himself into the police as first reported by WWL TV. Louisiana Republican Party Chairman Louis Gervich told USA Today Network late Thursday he had just learned of Raymond's arrest. He says, I simply don't know enough about the situation to comment at this time, Gervich said. Raymond is the headmaster of the non-denominational Lakeside Christian School in Slidell. Um, and so Our students are encouraged to walk daily with Christ as they grow in maturity and stature, surrounded by a dedicated, nurturing faculty. Lakeside's website describes the school. WWL reported 3 students and their parents said the children were brought by Raymond to his office where the children's mouths were closed with packing tape that wrapped around their heads. WWL's report said the children were sent back to class with the tape wrapped around their heads and mouths for 45 minutes until another school administrator began feeling uncomfortable about the situation and used scissors to remove the tape. Now, I'm going to stop right there. That must have hurt to take that tape, especially with the hair on your head and you got tape and it's all wrapped around your head with your mouth shut. That's got to be very uncomfortable and might even be, it might even wind up leaving some marks on you and pulling your hair out. I don't know what is getting into these pastors at these churches, but that's definitely not something the Word of God teaches us to do. Is to be wrapping tape around children's head to keep their mouth closed. Now, there's other ways to give timeouts if that's necessary. For children to quiet down, because children gonna be children. But if they are being disruptive, but to put tape around their head and their mouth to where it has to be cut off and probably, pulling of hair might have hurt, uncomfortable, left some marks. And the fact that the tape, no, and it seems like to me, just from reading this story, that he put that tape around tight, which could cut off their circulation. So the children complained that they had trouble breathing, absolutely, and that the removal of the tape hurt them, according to the report. Raymond was a survivor contestant in 2002. He was voted off the island in Thailand. And so a story was published about his exit from Survivor in 2002, described him as bossy, dominating, and who irritated his tribe mates. He has been active in state Republican politics as a member of the Louisiana Republican Party State Central Committee as Credentials Committee Chair, who determines if there is a quorum during meetings. And like I said earlier, this is allegedly. And Raymond also ran for the Louisiana House of Representatives in 2018, but was defeated by fellow Republican Mary Dubuisson of Slidell. So this article about what he did, that's what I'm speaking of. That's allegedly. And they start that off saying allegedly he did those things. And I would not want him to be teaching any of my children or my child or any other children for that matter. You just don't do that. You, as a pastor, there is another way to handle these things, and to tape students' mouths shut is just very disgusting, disappointing, and it's just not something as a pastor or any person in a position of authority or teaching position or instructor to instruct people to do something or students. That's just not the way to handle children, you say, are talking too much. So leave your respectful comments below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are not a subscriber to the channel. And this is, it gives us something to think about. Nothing seems to amaze me in this world with people anymore. Talk to you soon. Bye now.